That morning, the city of Chicago woke up under a gray sky. Cold air wrapped itself around the streets, and the usual rush of traffic echoed between tall buildings. For Michael Anderson, CEO of one of the fastest-growing tech companies in the Midwest, this morning was different. For the first time in 10 years, Michael left his black luxury sedan parked in his driveway. No driver. No tinted windows. No quiet ride filled with emails and conference calls. Instead, he walked to a bus stop 3 blocks away, wearing a simple gray coat and a scarf. No one recognized him. And that was exactly what he wanted. Michael wasn't doing this for publicity. He wasn't filming a secret documentary. He was exhausted, mentally, emotionally. His company had crossed $1 billion valuation, yet he felt strangely disconnected from the people who made it possible. "I don't know my own employees anymore," he had admitted to himself the night before. So he chose the bus. The bus arrived with a hiss of air and the tired groan of metal. Michael paid his fare and sat near the middle, watching the passengers. A construction worker with rough hands. A college student half asleep. An elderly woman holding groceries close to her chest. Then he noticed her. She sat near the back, by the window. Her shoulders were shaking. She tried to hide her face with her coat sleeve, but it was too late. She was crying. Not quiet tears. Not a single tear slipping down the cheek. This was deep, broken crying, the kind that comes from holding too much pain for too long. Michael hesitated. He was a CEO. A man used to boardrooms and balance sheets, not strangers' emotions. But something in her body language stopped him. She looked familiar. As the bus stopped at a red light, Michael looked again. Then his heart dropped. Emily Carter. Emily worked at his company. Not an executive. Not a manager. She was a customer support specialist, one of hundreds. The kind of employee whose name appeared only in internal systems, not headlines. Michael knew her file. Consistent performance. Never late. Always polite. But files never showed this. Emily wiped her face, unaware that the man sitting a few seats away was the CEO of the company she worked for, the man who had signed off on the policy changes that quietly reshaped her life. Michael stood up slowly and walked closer. "Excuse me," he said gently. "Are you okay?" Emily flinched, embarrassed. Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to." "You don't have to apologize," Michael said softly. "I just wanted to check." She hesitated, then shook her head. "I'm fine," she whispered. "Just a rough morning." Michael could have walked away. But he didn't. "Sometimes," he said, "talking to a stranger helps. No pressure." Emily stared out the window. The bus moved again. Then, quietly, she spoke. "My mom's in the hospital," she said. "Stage 4 cancer." Michael felt his chest tighten. "I take the early bus every day so I can stop by before work," she continued. "They cut our remote days last month, so now I have to choose, be late to work or not see her." She swallowed hard. Today, the doctor said she might not make it through the winter. The bus noise faded for Michael. All he could hear was her voice. "I got written up last week," Emily added. "For being 7 minutes late." 7 minutes. Michael remembered that policy. He had approved it during a meeting focused on efficiency. Emily laughed bitterly through tears. "I'm trying so hard," she said. "But it feels like no matter what I do, it's never enough." Michael sat down across from her. "My name's Michael," he said. "I work in corporate too." Emily nodded weakly. "Emily. I'm really sorry about your mom," he said, meaning it more deeply than she could ever know. For the next 10 minutes, Emily talked. About medical bills. About choosing between rent and prescriptions. About eating ramen so her mom could have better food. About feeling invisible at work. Michael listened. Not as a CEO. As a human being. When Emily stood up to get off the bus, she forced a small smile. "Thanks for listening," she said. "I didn't mean to dump all that on you." "I'm glad you did," Michael replied. As she stepped off, Michael's phone buzzed. A calendar reminder, executive meeting, employee retention strategy. Michael stared at the screen. And in that moment, something inside him changed. That same afternoon, Emily was called into HR. Her hands shook as she walked down the hallway. "This is it," she thought. "I'm getting fired." She stepped into the conference room. And froze. At the head of the table sat Michael Anderson, the CEO. Her blood drained from her face. I'm so sorry," Emily stammered. "I didn't know this morning, I wasn't." Michael stood up. "Emily," he said kindly, "please sit." HR looked confused. Emily looked terrified. Michael took a deep breath. "This morning," he said, "I rode the bus." Silence filled the room. "And I met someone who reminded me why companies exist in the first place." He turned to Emily. "You don't need to explain yourself," he said. "I should have known." Emily's eyes filled with tears again, but this time, they were different. That day, Michael made decisions that shocked the entire company. Flexible hours were restored. Remote work options expanded. A hardship support fund was created. And Emily? Her write-up was erased. Her schedule adjusted. Her medical leave approved, with full pay. But Michael didn't stop there. A month later, he announced something no one expected. Every executive, he said at the company-wide meeting, will spend one day a month working frontline roles. Support. Sales. Operations. The room buzzed. Because if we don't understand our people, Michael continued, we don't deserve their trust. Emily's mother passed away peacefully that winter. Emily was by her side. Because someone chose to listen. Months later, Emily returned to work stronger, more confident, and eventually promoted. Not because of pity. Because someone finally saw her. Michael still takes the bus sometimes. Not for show. But to remember. If this story touched your heart, like this video and subscribe.